Say hi, Layla. Hi, my name is Sarah, and welcome back to my channel. So in case you get a puppy, I'm gonna vlog it. So we are on our way to go visit some puppies. Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm very excited. Today, I'm going to be taking you through 10 things that I learned in my first 10 days of being a puppy parent. For those of you who haven't been following my vlogs or don't follow my Instagram, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. You'll definitely see more about Layla. But I got Layla in late March after I came home from school for quarantine because of coronavirus. And so Layla is now about 3.5 months. We've had her for about 6 weeks. And this is my first puppy that I've raised. My parents both had puppies as kids or dogs as kids. This is really the first puppy we've raised as a family, so that's really exciting. Layla was found on the street with her mom when she was young and 4 other brothers. So she definitely picked us when we went to see her. They aren't 100% sure what she is. Her mom definitely had some terrier in her.
This is my puppy, this is Layla.
So we're just all learning as we go, and I was hoping to share a couple of tips that I picked up with all of you. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you enjoy it.
Wait, you can't find her. She's sleepy. Thank you, Boost. Okay, guys, let me in.
All right, I think we're happy. You're doing so good on this video, Miss Layla. The first lesson that Layla was sure to teach me is that a tired puppy is a well-behaved puppy and is a happy puppy. So we learned pretty early on that Layla needs exercise often rather than for long periods of time. So she likes to go on a shorter walk, but that will tire her out for a significant amount of time, and she'll want to go on another one again rather than going on like a 2-mile walk all at once, because she can't do that. Basically, when she's bored is when she wants to chew on you or chew on other things. And so giving her a toy and keeping her well stimulated on all aspects, whether that's mental or physical, or emotional for that matter, keeping her happy and taken care of. Isn't that right, baby? The next thing is for potty training puppies, and this was recommended to us by the guy who worked at PetSmart literally the day we were picking up her bed and her crate when we got her, is that there's a spray, it's an enzyme spray, because dogs can smell pee even if you can't, and if they smell it they will go pee there again. So that kind of ties into the next thing, but it's really important to have a spray. It's good on carpets, good on hardwood, that kind of thing. But that way we make sure there's no repeated accidents just because she smells pee.
We're going on a car ride.
One of the other things Layla taught us is that having a pee spot can make her go pee a lot faster. So especially if it's pouring rain, snowing, cold, having a pee spot helps her to recognize that scent and figure out what you want her to do. So I make sure when it's at night or when I really want her to go quickly and she's not getting the idea from just me telling her to go pee, that I take her to those spots and she kind of is able to figure out what I'm asking her to do. And usually it's because she has to go pee and she just is distracted by the outside world. Another tip is something that I didn't really think about, and I feel like maybe this is something that dog owners would know or people would think about, is that cords, even if they're just hanging off the wall, like if you plug your phone in there, she's very interested in them, and that's something that can really hurt a dog because of the electricity. So making sure that you pick up your cords, I mean, this one seems pretty simple, but making sure you pick up your cords when you're not using them, because she can get to them or pull them tight so that she can't reach the actual cord to chew on, because it totally looks like a toy. Fifth thing, and I actually picked this up from Alicia Marie, is having a spot that she goes to. So we call it her spot, and like during dinner, sometimes when we're cooking, things like that, we'll be like, Layla, go to your spot. It's not necessarily that it's like a bed. We started it with associating with just her bed, and as her bed would move, she knew that was her spot. But now there are certain places within the house that have like a folded up blanket or a mat, and she knows that when we say spot, that's what we're looking for. So that really helps her to like stop begging from under the table or stay from being underfoot, and that's something that we've definitely been teaching her. The other thing associated with that is that we give her a Kong at dinner, which is a little toy, and we fill it with spray cheese because she's not really a peanut butter person, and that definitely helps to keep her busy while we're trying to eat. So I've been sharing Layla with everyone else. She finally came back to me, and I just missed her. She's being so cute and adorable, but it's almost bedtime. I just love her. Yeah, I love her. The sixth thing that Layla definitely taught us is communication and what she needs and how she tells us. So I learned very quickly that there are certain habits of hers that really can lead to her needing something. Like when she starts to chew on your fingers, it tends to mean that she's bored or she needs to go out. And so it's important to start picking up the mannerisms in your dog that your dog already has to communicate with you and try to adapt them to be maybe not chewing on me, but letting me know that you need to go something, or that you're not enjoying what we're doing, maybe using your voice instead of your teeth, those kind of things.
think she's allergic to Clorox wipes. She's tired. Layla. Layla. Hey. Hi.
Number 7 is that positive reinforcement of any kind is really important for the positive things that you really like. So if Layla comes back when we yell at her if she's too far in the yard, we give her a treat instead of just yelling at her when she wanders into a different yard. So it's really important to make sure you reinforce the positive behaviors so that your dog knows what you want you to do. They're really intelligent beings, I've found. If I reinforce those positive behaviors, she's much more likely to try to do them again so that she can get a treat, or just like positive talk is really important as well. Another thing that I learned was that, and especially during quarantine, it's really important that we enforce this. We are not doing a great job. A puppy needs at least 10 minutes alone a day so they don't develop separation anxiety. And so right now, like obviously in quarantine, everyone wants to hang out with her and everyone's around to hang out with her. And as a puppy, like she's adorable. Everybody wants their time with her and she's being cute and cuddly, but it's really important that you have 10 minutes alone that aren't necessarily like a punishment time, where she can spend time just by herself so she gets used to being alone, because at some point in the real world you will have to leave her alone, whether it's going to class, going to work, or when other people are around the house. So it's just really important that she spends some time like in the crate so she doesn't just cry all the time. And that's something we're definitely working on, but I'll just take her up there for 10 minutes, leave her up there. I like to sit with her until she gets a little calm, and then as soon as I leave the room, the 10 minutes starts. And so I'll go shower, I'll go do a quick workout or something that keeps me occupied, because it makes me really sad to leave her alone. And we try to make sure that the person who puts her in the crate is also the person that takes her out of the crate, unless it's at night. I mean, it's always me at night. We try to make sure it's the same person so she doesn't associate a specific person with putting her in or taking her out. Another thing about the crate is the first night we made a mistake and we put her crate downstairs and everybody else slept upstairs. It was also thunderstorming, so that was kind of a crazy time, but it's really hard for a new puppy to get used to sleeping in the crate when they're used to sleeping with their siblings. And she was with her mom and she used to sleep on the street, so she just wasn't used to the whole idea, and she was alone and it was just scary and everything. And so she definitely hated that. And so by day 2 we had kind of wisened up, did a little bit of research, and realized that it was actually best to put her crate, at least for the first couple of weeks, in a bedroom with someone else so that she could hear people breathing and feel like she was a part of it. And it definitely helped her calming down significantly quicker. She now will go and will only whimper if I leave the room immediately after putting her in it. But if I'm in the room, she settles down and goes straight to sleep, and then I can even leave and go shower or go downstairs or do whatever until I'm ready to go to bed as well. So right now we put her to bed around between 10 and 11, and I always take her out right beforehand, take her around to everybody so she can give them goodnight kisses. And then I put her right in front of the crate, and I put a toy that she's only allowed to have when she's in bed in the back of the crate, so she's willing to walk into the crate on her own instead of just putting her in there. The earlier days I did put her in there and close the door, but now I'm kind of trying to get her to associate that it's an okay and a safe place to go in. So that's the next step of crate training that we're working on. I sit next to the crate until she goes to sleep and she's breathing heavily, and then I can go about my night and kind of get situated. And her crate is right next to my bed. I put a blanket over the top so that if I'm turning on and off lights or moving around, she's not as easily distracted, but I do leave a little bit of space so that when I'm sitting next to the crate, she can see me there, because that definitely helps to calm her down. Obviously, every puppy is different. This is just kind of what works with Layla and what I've learned. The last thing that I really learned with Layla is that rounding your fingers around the crate instead of just poking them in to kind of show support that you're there is helpful, because she doesn't think it's a treat or a toy. It's much easier for her to recognize that it's your hand, and if she's upset and she's nibbling, it doesn't hurt as bad because it's much harder for her to get her mouth around your curved fingers instead of the tip of your finger. That's definitely something that I picked up that I really like, and now I'll put them down low and she'll literally just nudge her nose into it and then usually fall asleep, like leaning up against my fingers. Say goodbye, Layla.
Layla hates her power. It's okay. There you go.
And then finally, the last tip is that it's important to remember that your puppy is not a toy. She is an animal. She is a living, breathing organism, and she does depend a lot on you for her essential needs. And you don't get a puppy just to send out in your backyard and hang out or sit on a shelf. Like, she really does need time and energy, and the time and energy that you put into your puppy is what you're going to get back out of her. The time and energy you put into training her originally is going to make your life significantly easier later on, and significantly is going to make her significantly more loving. And as much as it sucks when she's on the ground, the patience that you get is what you're going to get out of her. I mean, we've only had her for like 6 or 7 weeks, but I've definitely seen the work being rewarding. She's so sweet. She can tell who's going to be patient with her. She calms down when you pick her up because she knows that you're going to treat her well. It's really important to remember that she's not a toy and that she does have needs. Even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, she's waking you up because she has to go pee, so you don't have to clean it up in her crate. You know, like, you have to kind of remember that she does depend on you for a lot of things. Thank you so much for watching. From the bottom of my heart, this has been such a cool time in my life. I have loved getting to know Layla and getting to know her mannerisms and spending lots of time with her, and I hope that she has loved time with me. And I know for my family, this is going to be something really fun to look back on. Layla says to like the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this is helpful. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below about what you're curious about or what you want me to go over, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Yeah, so right now our new skill we're learning is how to drink out of a cup.